All right, friends, so we've got two more to go, two more collages, and a couple tools, that we've looked at has been, the rotate tool, masks, putting images in type, adding just a plain layer of color. And so I wanted to finish up our last two, kind of like using some of the previous layers that I had, but kind of remaking it so it doesn't look like the other ones, right? So sorry for that siren, of course. So I'm going to turn this off. So we have my one more layer of food. Must have been very hungry when picking this. No, I'm hungry now. Okay. So right now, this is currently normal opacity, right? Have my dots. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Actually want. I'll do the dots. I'm going to do another layer color. I don't know if I can do my food. Okay, we'll do the rocks. Now, as you can see, if you remember, I'm going to turn this off. Remember, I added a layer mask to my rocks. I'm going to right click it and click on the layer mask, and I'm going to right click it, and I can delete the layer mask. So this allows me, now I can move it around. I actually am thinking I want to rotate this. So I'm going to go edit, free transform. Rotate it so that big rock is on top. I'm going to hit my apply, the return key. And see what these paper flowers can do for me. Zoom in a little bit. See? This drawing, but instead, oh my goodness, another siren. There we go. Change that opacity a little bit. And in the drawing, we want to add a mask. So with the mask, I make sure I'm on my mask. And here, this bent arrow allows me to switch the foreground background because I'm going to be brushing with black. Okay. Brushing with black. So I'm going to take away that crease right there. Almost forgot that people girl. We'll bring her in the next one. So actually I like this one, this. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna save, should I? Just thought of something. So I did edit free transform, right? So I've selected it. And if I right click, you can actually play with a couple things. I just wanted to test something, but you can distort. A command period cancels the thing, but I want to, I think, turn this flower, crop it a little bit. So I'm just going to move it so it doesn't look exactly like the other one. Okay, so save, Command S. And now I'm going to do File, Save As. Okay, so I'm going to save this out as a TIFF and check layers. This is collage number 4. Almost done with my collages. Perfect, and we're saving. Okay, I'm going to power through the last collage, and I almost forgot about this paper girl of ours. Okay. And I'm going to delete the layer mask. Command T is the key command for free transform. So after a while of doing this, you might get kind of familiar with the key commands because you're doing it so often. So this girl right here, I'm gonna put her here. Return. These are bloom and grow. I'm gonna disconnect it from each other. And I'm going to zoom out really quick. You know, make sure that you do use your zoom in and zoom out a lot, because it'll hurt your eyes if you don't. I really like this part of the drawing. But I don't want my kind of face in it, but I like elements of the hair. Okay. There's the paper flower, there's the paper girl. And I want to kind of see what these different layer effects do. It'd be too hard to decipher, but I like this one. Just have to pick one. All right. Ooh, very interesting. I chose this one because it's very different from the other ones that I currently have done. So I wanted a little bit of variety. And so here's my plant one of the first ones where I made the mask. Okay. Just want to kind of switch this up. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna disable the layer mask. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it, so that's why I'm just disabling it. And I am going to delete it because I like how that effect looks. That. And I will Command T, retransform. Like it. Move that paper roll down a little bit, I think. It's kind of that madness there. Okay. And I'm going to double check. So I'm using a layer effect. The plant is everything. It looks like I need to add less opacity in one of them. And I need to add a mask. So I actually want to mask that area off. So that's part of the paper, like right here, that strip. And if I check my layers, it's on the paper girl layer. So I'm gonna, that. Get my brush. If I hold down my shift key when I use my brush, I can go back and forth and it makes a straight line. And all right, so I added that layer of blue. Wow, what a difference. Intense. That's how it works. Cool. So I'm going to save this. Save. And then I'm going to save it as a TIFF. Oops. I'm going to name it so it doesn't copy over anything. So go to Photoshop 5. Okay. Right. So I've done my 5 collages. So I'm going to, before I go into InDesign, I'm going to open up the different TIFs just so you can see it kind of all together. Kind of compare and contrast these different collages that we made, right? So the PSD, all from really one file. So you'll notice in your assignment that you have like, use at least X amount of layers. Obviously, feel free to add more if you so choose. Okay. Here are the 5 that I've created. I want to just take a screenshot really quick. Right. And before we end this video, we're just going to go through each one and then make sure that it's all CMYK. Convert the color mode, right? So before we place it in InDesign, so I did that one. I saved it, Command S, and I can close this. Perfect. Command S, and then Command W is close your file. Okay, Command S. Once it's done, Command W. pen, Command S, and then Command W. Convert that color mode, click OK. Command S is save. Command W is close the file. All right, so now those collages are ready to be put into your InDesign poster layout. But, you know, hopefully that kind of showed you the step-by-step process, right? To get from just your blank document, putting the images in, then playing around, moving the different elements. And now we'll do a quick video in InDesign because you guys covered that before, right? The main focus of this particular week is getting to know Photoshop. So got one more quick video and then you guys can play. Don't forget to save.